What's up guys, Lou here, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Fitbit Flex activity tracker.
So if you're new to the world of activity tracking, you might not have ever heard of Fitbit before, but they're actually one of the originators in the space, and they've been making tracking modules for a while. But this one here is the first one you can actually wear on your wrist, and that's what made it especially compelling for me, because I knew I would forget to put them in my pocket if I had to be required to do so. This one I can leave on my wrist and never really even think about it, and actually not even recharge it that often. This thing is supposed to give you up to 5 days of activity tracking. Now, I know a lot of you right now are asking the question, what the hell is this and why do I need one? Well, if you're like me and you work on a computer all day, then you can actually get through a lot of your days without very much activity, and that shit is unhealthy. So in this particular case, you've got a device to remind you of how inactive or active you are, and hopefully this thing can encourage you to get up and move around a little bit more often. At least that's what I'm hoping that it can do for me, because when I'm working on a computer, hours can go by and I don't even notice. So inside the box you have the Fitbit Flex, that's the first item, but there is another wristband as well on the inside if your wrist is a little bit smaller, so you're covered from small wrist to big wrist. Now, what sets the Fitbit Flex apart from some of the competitors in the marketplace, things like the Nike Fuel Band as well as the Jawbone product, is the fact that the module inside that does the tracking is removable. So if you wear out the wristband, you're still good to go. You can buy another wristband pack from Fitbit, take your module out, and then install it into those new ones. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So the brains are on the inside, hidden and protected by the rubber wristband. Now, when you recharge the device, you will need to pull this out, but it really comes out quite easily. I expected it to be more finicky than it actually ended up being. You then insert this module into the specialized recharging cable here, and then plug that into any USB port or USB charger, and this thing actually charges up pretty quickly from my experience. But as I said earlier, you're not going to be recharging it all that often. It's the kind of thing you're probably going to do weekly, and although that might depend on how often you check your status and possibly how much activity you're doing. So as I said before, it just slides back in the same way that it came out, and just like that, your Fitbit Flex is back together and ready to be installed. Now, it's really, really solid on your wrist. It doesn't feel like it's going to come off. You have LED lights up on the top. Those things will give you all kinds of information. Most commonly, they will tell you when you've hit certain goals, like if you've burned enough calories for the day or whatever it is that you were looking to burn, then it will update you, it'll vibrate, and the lights will flash. So you've got this module here if you want to sync with a computer. Otherwise, it can use Bluetooth to sync straight to your smart device and give you feedback on how active you've been for that given day.
So that wraps up this quick look at the Fitbit Flex. I'm actually thinking about doing a fitness tech kind of series where I try to drop like 10 pounds or something and keep you guys updated with, you know, my progress along the way, maybe sharing screenshots, calories burned, my diet. I don't even know if that's interesting at all, but I do know a lot of people who sit around and watch too much YouTube and put on too many pounds, and that might be you. So you might need one of these, and maybe you can find out if it works, starting with me as the guinea pig. So if that's something you want to see, leave a little thumbs up down below and we'll get to work on it. But for now, that's all we've got on the Fitbit Flex. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.